Hello everyone, and welcome to a brand new project of a game that you may have played on your Sega Mega Drives / Genesis. Yeah, what he said. This is Earthworm Jim for the Mega Drive. A game released in 1994 and a very, very weird one at that. It's probably one of the weirdest games I've ever played, next to Super Putty on the Super Nintendo. Because that game was just... let's just say I had a lot of WTF moments on that game. But anyway, yeah. I'm going to be playing on the Genesis Mega Drive version, as there are other versions like Super Nintendo and all that. But I'm going to go for the original one instead. And instead of going on difficult or anything, I'm just going to go on normal. Wow. The demo just plays really quick. It's like within 5 seconds and that's it, you're in. Oh well. Anyway, let's just begin with the game, shall we? I'm starting in New Junk City. Okay, so where to start with this game? Well, watch this. In case you can't tell, this game is very strange in a lot of areas and all that. Mainly due to the story, the atmosphere, the animation, etc. But honestly, I love this game a lot. Because of just how wacky it is and things, you know? Especially this. Look at this. You can launch a goddamn cow. Along with text that says cow launched. Let's just say in this game, there are many moments that you just think, what? But it just makes it so amusing, if you ask me. And I find myself coming back to this game a lot. But even though this is Earthworm Jim and it looks all child-friendly and everything, this game's actually pretty difficult. At least first time. Due to me playing this a lot of times, though, I find this game kind of easy in a way. I mean, it's nowhere near the levels of, like, Contra or anything. But, this one is pretty difficult first time, I guess. But basically, all you are, you're this little earthworm called Earthworm Jim, where the story, well... when it comes to explaining about the story, I'll explain that a bit later, as it's a bit long and a bit confusing. Which reminds me, I ought to go over some of the different layouts of this LP. So usually in most of my other LPs, it would mainly just be me playing through a game, talking through a level, talking about all sorts of crap and all that jazz. But this one's going to be a different layout. What it's going to be is just, you know, like me usually talking and all that in this one throughout the levels. But there are these things called Andy Asteroid levels, which, fun fact by the way, is based on one of the game's programmers called Andy Aster. I thought that was pretty cool, naming the levels after him. But when it comes to those levels, I have the instruction booklet to this game, and most of the time I kind of read instruction booklets, but this one appealed to me a lot as there are some interesting facts in it that, you know, you probably might not know about this game, as well as just some good humour in that in those books, because I tell you, the developers who made this game had a good sense of humour. Well, a bit strange really, but that's what makes it good, you know? At least it does to me anyway. But still. Also, the soundtrack to this game. My god. The soundtrack to Earthworm Jim and that is just so iconic, if you ask me. Definitely showed off what the Mega Drive could do and everything, because I mean, this was what it was originally released on, you know? I mean, it was for the Super Nintendo and all that, but that came a year later. This came out June the 9th, 1994. I think that was the American version though. I'm not too sure about the European version. I'll put that up as an annotation or something. But the Super Nintendo version came out a year later, I believe, in 1995. But, you know, just the Mega Drive version is just really good, if you ask me. The music is made by two people in the Mega Drive version. There's one called Mark Miller and some other video game composer you may be familiar with called Tommy Tallarico. He was also the composer for the other Earthworm Jims as well, like Earthworm Jim 2. And oh god. I'm gonna be so excited when I get to Earthworm Jim 2, as that game's even more crazy. But still. The gameplay mechanics in this game though. You have a gun. You have a gun and you have a whip. Mainly, you go around shooting enemies with your plasma and all that, by shooting it and everything, and you have certain amounts of ammo. Most of the time you want to try and find some guns nuts so that you have enough ammo, otherwise you run out and life is a bit more stressful in this game. But of course when you pick up those things, that allows you to shoot long plasma beams to allow you to take out enemies and just make your life a whole lot easier. It's mainly just, like with most Mega Drive games honestly, just explore, you know, and find hidden areas so that it makes it a bit easier for you. You know, like in Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and things, where if you just explored around, you would find different shortcuts, or say in Sonic the Hedgehog 3, if you explored around, you'd find those giant gold rings that lead you to special stages and whatnot. It's kind of the same here and all that, except this one's a lot more difficult. Especially the last level. Good God, the first phase. But you'll see when we get onto that a bit later and all. The layout of this LP, like I said, as well as doing like trivia, and that when it comes to the Andy Asteroid levels, it's also the video duration. The video duration, I don't know. I'm probably looking at around like the usual really, like around 15 minutes per video, as I don't like my videos to be too long or anything, by any means. And otherwise it just drags on too long if you ask me, and for a game like this, you know, I don't really want to be here half an hour or anything. I mean, this is Earthworm Jim. Honestly, earlier I could have had this level done within like 2 minutes, but I'm showing you just the normal route to go if you want to, you know, just make it a lot easier to make it through level and whatnot. That's another thing I'll be doing in this LP actually. When it comes to secret routes and that you can take, what I'll be showing you is basically just backtracking to the level and then just showing you a shortcut or just hidden areas that I forgot to cover. I don't know, I'm putting a lot of effort into this project when it comes to exploring and stuff, just to show you how much there is in Earthworm Jim. And to find this in a 16-bit cartridge is also pretty good. Wait, what? What? The music has gone. What? Wait, what? Hold on, wait, what happened to the music? The music is just dead. Okay. Well, that's pretty embarrassing. I guess I'll just put it over the top of it then. That's never happened. What the hell? The sound channel is just gone. I'm just hearing sound effects. What the hell? What? Okay. Well, okay, fair enough. I guess I'm playing the game without the music now. Funny, just to talk about the music. It would have been really funny as well if I said I hate the music and then it just turns it off and it's like, oh, whatever. It's like the game's breaking the fourth wall. Wow. Well, at least I get some free sound effects. That's cool. So wait, I can... There's the gun sound. There's the whip. Okay, I have no idea, honestly, what the hell has just happened, but the sound is just gone. You probably can't hear that, though, because I just put music over the top of it, thanks to the power of editing. But, on my side, this is pretty lonesome. I'll show you an example of what it's like. Wait there. This is all I'm hearing. This is pretty amusing, though, I must say. Anyway, we are now at the boss called Chuck. Really, this place is called New Junk City, and there are two people that inhabit it. You have Chuck, who's this big fat bloke here who throws up fish for some reason, I don't know. It's Earthworm Jim, don't question it, it's weird all the way. And he also has his dog called Fifi, which is those little dogs and all that I just shot and killed. Wow. And this game is rated E as well, I believe. Anyway, well, I'm not too sure. Maybe in America, as us Europeans didn't really have ratings on games like this. Although I'm pretty sure if Road Rash can be considered, you know, rated 3+ or 5+ at least, then I'm pretty sure they can get away with Earthworm Jim. The tactic to this guy, though, is just, you know, whack those boxes into him, and it just gets more difficult along the way. And if you take damage, don't worry about it, but one thing you ought to do is not do that. Hold down the... I think it's the... yeah, there we go. Wait, why isn't it doing it? It's supposed to launch me into the air, isn't it? Wow, what the hell is going on in this episode? There we go, that's what I wanted to do. So that way I could bounce up. Although apparently it's not doing it. There we go. Ah, forget it. Never mind. Let's just exit the level. Good God, that was weird. But before we go on to... whoops, wrong button. But before we go on to Andy Asteroids, what I want to do is go up here and find you a shortcut that will save you going through the level. If I don't screw it up. Or at least you can see where I am. You come from the bit, you know, where you first launched the cow, which actually becomes a thing throughout the game, you'll see later. But if you go up to this, you can just go down and then get more plasma. But if you time your jump and screw it up again, if you time your jump and then hit it like this, you can then go on to the secret area where you can basically access a different thing. And the weirdest thing you're going to find is about to happen. You'll see what I mean. Because at the top you got these two fifis to kill. Eee. You know, the way their eyes and bones come out reminds me of like in Banjo-Kazooie when you kill an enemy, because that's just brutal. Either way, there is a toilet. Let's see where it takes us. Teleportation, of course. The toilet with teleportation. In case you haven't realised, this game is really goddamn weird. But in case you didn't realise, earlier, I tried pressing myself against the wall because really it's supposed to bring me out here. Because from there I can then just grab the extra life. And it's pretty much just the same throughout here. You just go at the top, there's this thing. Hopefully the sound won't glitch out when you attack him, like what happened to me. And it should all be good for you. I seriously have no idea what the hell happened, but either way, it was so amusing. Ow. Groovy. And I also approve of the groovy screens. They are pretty, groovy. Oh, there's the music. Awesome. It's back now, with a question mark. But these are the Andy Asteroid levels. So while I said I'll be talking about the trivia, I'll be doing that after this one, as I really want to cover a couple of things in this one that you might find useful if you're playing this for the first time and all that. So what your objective is really is to get to the end before your enemy called Psycho, who's like this crow in a spacesuit. Again, Earthworm Jim, don't question it. But, you know, your objective is just avoid all the asteroids going past and collect these things. But what a lot of people don't seem to realise, even though this game does not have a save feature, admittedly, because this is on the Mega Drive, and not a lot of Mega Drive games have this ability to save, but, on this one, a lot of people don't realise that in the Andy Asteroid levels, it's actually pretty important to collect these blue balls, because if you collect at least 50 of them, and clear the level, you are given a continue, and if you keep at it on every single one, you'll get like 3 continues or so. So, you know, there's no need to worry in that, like, if you're just gotta make it through the whole game, just in one take, without a continue. As you can see now, I have like 55 of them, so that should cover it, hopefully. But that sound effect lag, though, that was weird. But yeah, a lot of people don't realise that. Either way, these stages get pretty repetitive to watch, so I'll be just going over those through trivia and all that. Either way, I reckon we're going to call this episode off here, so thank you so much for watching the first episode of Earthworm Jim, and I will see you in the next one. And there's your proof if you continue. You get given one, but then you get given the second one. I forgot that was coming. Bye, guys.